Hey guys! Today we are going to go over the most common snowboard and ski injuries in the United States specifically, because this is based on the study in the link below. So check it out. I will not be going into kind of the rehab protocols or strengthening or flexibility exercises for these injuries. I will merely be talking about the most common injuries. It's pretty interesting stuff. Keep in mind, I filmed this a couple of months ago, so I look a little bit different, but I promise it's still relevant. So before I get started, my name is Mark. I am a doctor of physical therapy. We are a husband and wife team mobility duo. My wife Sarah is a yoga instructor, a massage therapist, personal trainer. So yeah, we are health professionals and we work primarily with athletes, snowboard athletes. So our credentials are down below. Let me think, is there anything else? Oh yes. November 9th, we will be releasing a 2-week kind of strengthening mobility flexibility program primarily for snowboarders. It will be an everyday program, so check it out. We've been putting a lot of time and effort into it, so it'll be free, completely relevant for this upcoming 2021 season. So check that out below. Please subscribe. We put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and we really appreciate it. So let's get started. Generally, the rule of thumb is snowboarders tend to have a far majority of upper body injuries, and skiers tend to have a majority of the lower body injuries. Obviously, skiers have their legs separated, so they're going to see a lot more of those knee injuries, hip injuries. Snowboarders tend to catch an edge, going heel side, toe side, and we call this a foosh, so fallen on an outstretched hand. So if I'm going forward, my hand falls out to try to prevent my fall or cushion it. Obviously never a good idea, but it's just human nature. Hand goes out, that force goes through my arm, through my shoulder, that collarbone takes the brunt of that force, shoulder, wrist, hand, etc. So yeah, let's dive in. First one is ACL. This can happen with skiers, this can happen with snowboarders, primarily probably skiers, just because of that twisting nature. For example, I was on a lift last year at Bachelor, and a lady was getting off the lift. Ski got stuck, frozen in place. Her knee did not, so she literally twisted. It was past 90 degrees. It was pretty gnarly. But yeah, it happens. Same thing with the snowboarding though. So, say you're going for a twist or you catch an edge and your body and momentum keeps going while the board stays stable. Snowboarders tear their ACL all the time, so it happens, unfortunately. Next one, like I was mentioning, is thumb, finger, wrist, forearm injuries with snowboarders primarily. This can range from fractures, sprains, tendon tears, microfractures, stress fractures, things like that. So I would say that's a big one or the biggest one for snowboarders. Next one is shoulder dislocation or injuries to the labrum. So again, like I was talking about that foosh, falling on the outstretched arm, a lot of that force is going into that shoulder. I'm sure many of us know someone who has undergone a shoulder injury, whether that's a dislocation or a rotator cuff tear or something of that nature. So kind of jumping into the more extreme ones, we have spinal cord injuries. Obviously, you would see a physical therapist later down the line once things kind of, quote unquote, went back to normal. Things were stabilized at least, but I personally won't be talking about this. I've worked with a handful of spinal cord injuries, and unfortunately it is the inherent risk with snow sports and weekend warriors. And then so the next one would probably be a concussion or a head injury. I used to not wear helmets. I wear a helmet every time I go now, just because head injuries are a real risk of snow sports, and I would not step on a mountain or a slope without a helmet anymore. And I do see people without helmets, and while it's their choice, I would not recommend it. And then the last one is just your common fractures, so breaking your arm, leg, hip, etc. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up. If you are interested in more of the statistics, check out the link below from the source that I pulled it from. Otherwise, yeah, let us know if you've undergone an injury like this before in the comments below. Subscribe, comment, let us know what you think. So, all right. Okay, that's a wrap. Yeah, let us know what you think. If anyone has ever had or sustained an injury on the mountain, I'm pretty sure most of us have. Let us know. Comment. Maybe one of these injuries is relevant to you. Otherwise, again, please subscribe. It really helps us out. And yeah, we'll see you next time.